I'm Matt, and I'm here at Soniscope Studios interviewing Sean. I got some questions for you.
Awesome. Okay.
Number one, why do you do what you do?
Well, is it in general or musically?
Everything.
Yeah, well, I guess I just feel like I have to.
Musically.
Yeah, same. I think. Oh, maybe I think I have something to say. I'll say it loud.
Who are your influences?
I guess I always say I started playing guitar because Jimmy Page and Eddie Van Halen. Yeah. I listened to Cream. I listened to Zeppelin and Yardbirds and all of the old school, I guess, grandpa rock stuff.
Why do you have the best pedal board in all of Spokane? People want to know.
You're lucky, I guess. I wasn't aware that there was a vote.
Yeah, the
Because
votes are in.
I could have voted, but my weakness in not being able to sing and play very well at the same time
Right.
was rearing its ugly head. So I got basically the pedal board is to compensate.
What's a band that you put in the stereo and pump up really, really loud? Like, because there's bands you can listen to kind of quietly, and
Them Crooked Vultures.
they have good records to do that too.
And the White Stripes one, and I'm really grooving on, since I'm so hip and contemporary, I'm grooving on that last Queens of the Stone Age album, which was last year. But I listen to a lot of NPR.
Who do you rip straight off?
I think Cream,
Really?
minus the really cool Clapton stuff, which
Clapton, yeah.
was almost the last time that I think Clapton was cool.
Really? You just
Sorry, no.
I hear a lot of Dire Straits sound in your band.
That's awesome. I've never ever heard that.
It's not true. I
Okay.
made it up just now.
But now
That'd be it. That'd be something to aspire to.
Now at least I can say I've heard it.
Yeah. So you have an actually extensive background in music, whereas most people who get into music just kind of throw themselves into music. You've been working stages
in production, yeah. In music, I'm actually horribly illiterate, I think.
No, I mean everyone can agree with that. But as far as
in working in the industry and doing production,
exactly.
yes, yeah, I did, yeah.
who are you, not to name check, but who are some of the most famous people you've worked with?
Well, Alvin Lee.
Okay, he's one of the Chipmunks, probably, right?
No.
Okay. Vitamix.
Alvin Lee did play. There's this iconic song they have on Woodstock. "Coming Home" is the song they did. The band was 10 years after, and I'm blown away. And that's like the first. And this is still in the middle of Randy Rhoads and Eruption, and that's
Right.
what's going on. And I see this, and
it's different.
I'm blown away by that. And I'm flash forward another like 15 years after that or something, and I got to tune that guitar that I saw at
See, that's a full
Woodstock
circle moment. That's pretty cool.
and and I have other favorite guitar players that I think I get more out of, but he was he was there at the very beginning that helped light the fuse for me, and then I got to work for him, and it was good. It was great, and he died a couple years ago now, but it was fun to sit off stage and watch him play and watch him do it, and
Right.
and every time he would play that Woodstock song, "Coming Home," you knew the set was over.
Exactly.
So as soon as you started ripping on that, and that could be a 3-minute song or it could be a 13-minute song, depending on the mood that he was in. But
Well, I mean, you're one of my favorite guitar players that I've met, and it's because you're playing, as much as you take from these influences or whatever, you have a real, there's a song we had that we did a demo of, and I was like, and Sean played a solo on this song. And I didn't know what I expected from you, but you did something that I've never heard anyone do, and it's, right when it gets in the solo, it's this real slow, like it almost sounds like a volcano starting to like erupt, and I think that might be a ZZ Top thing.
when I started playing, everybody I tried to play in a band with, everybody's doing Rat and everybody's doing Whitesnake and all the Motley Crue stuff, and everybody's worshiping at Randy, and oh my God, Yngwie just went solo, and everybody's going that way, and I kind of thought
all technical prowess,
and I thought, oh, so we're done with this, with the Cream and Hendrix. so I didn't play for a long time because I thought, oh, we have to go,
In
do the
this.
hair metal thing. Really,
Exactly, yeah.
because you could tell somebody who's, the genius is the one who gets in trouble or gets dropped from the record label because they're just doing whatever the hell they want. Whereas the copycat just sounds like that the whole time for their whole career because we were hired to be another Rat or another Van Halen or something. So we're just got to make that same song the whole time because that's all we can do. And then you only get 2 albums and you get dropped. And
Well, I don't think you give yourself enough credit as far as, well, I mean, sure, the soloing is soloing or whatever, and the guitar, whatever, but you don't give yourself enough credit for songwriting because, like Odd Green Moon and stuff like that, Up Blue Idol is like, I thought that was the weirdest thing I'd ever heard, and you'd never heard of Mike Watt, and that's the thing, and I was like, this sounds so much like Mike Watt, and I didn't mean, I meant it in with honor because like Mike Watt's like an incredible musician, but like the way you compose songs is very. No one thinks I don't think anyone thinks you're copying the '70s really at all. As much as you love '70s music.
Yeah, and I think that's handy. I think I got muddled up enough that nobody gets it directly. Some people do hear it, and it's fine if they do. But I think I'm a better. I like my songwriting better than I like my guitar playing,
Right.
or my drumming or anything. Honestly, I mean, I don't want to have a big head, but I think I like the songs that I wrote. Mostly, there's a couple that I kind of bummed myself out with, like didn't live up, but like yeah, I kind of just blinders from the '90s into 2005, and so I hear a lot of Mike Watt, and I hear a lot of Minutemen, and I hear somebody said Ween. Somebody says Ween a lot, I'm like, well, that makes me happy, good, because
Well, I'm just saying
that means people can identify with it,
Yeah.
and people have some play. But also, it's like I feel bad. It's like, man, I could have been listening to all this cool stuff back then, and I didn't because I just thought everybody was, everybody was trying to be Lem or insert lame, 90s band here.
And you're not pandering to a specific. Where did the name come from?
I was watching. It came from Monty Python. I was watching a documentary, and Eric Idle was talking about all the flack they took at the time about Life of Brian.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, the movie's called Life of Brian, but it's clearly attacking religion or whatever else. And he's like, well, Life of Brian wasn't our first choice. Initially, we wanted to call it Jesus Christ, Lust for Glory. And I'm like, that is the name of a band. I was in a different band at the time, but I'm like, oh my God, the next band I'm in, I got to try and get it named that. And then literally, months after that happened, that singer went off and started another band without telling anybody. It's like, oh, Juggatang is dead. Oh, ooh, Lust for Glory. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, next time I was in a room, trying to crank out some songs, I'm like, here's my song ideas. I got like 3 or 4 of them. They're almost ready to go. Let's work on them. And we're going to be called Lust for Glory. And I think Lance was like, well, maybe we'll talk about the name later. And we never talked about
the name later. Yeah.
They did that, so.
All right, I got one more question. What do you think of the new Fall Out Boy record?
I guess I tried not to, but garbage. Why is that stuff happening? That's horrible. Like.
You didn't like, I think, the first single, Uma Thurman?
No.
Why not?
Because it's like a streaming clothesline of dirty diaper metaphors just sort of strung together for no other reason than to like string them together. I think it makes there's no, I don't know what the hell's the statement. What are they trying to say, and how come you can't say it without sampling the Munsters theme song? And what's that got to do with a role that Uma Thurman had 20-something years ago? She danced once. How many movies has she danced in? How many movies has she been in? How many movies has she... It makes no sense. It's literally, it's committee thinking, assembly line songwriting. This is like worse than Tin Pan Alley, where it's like somebody's in a room, and I've heard it on other songs that they do too, that just, I'm confused. I don't know what they're doing, but it's like, well, this is catchy, and it's catchy, but this is catchy, and we'll put this after it, because that's catchy too. That has nothing to do with the first thing. What's the story? It doesn't matter. It's catchy. And let's put another catchy thing behind it. It's like, you know what it is? It's the...
I do know what it is.
What is it?
That's how I write songs too.
No. This is the musical equivalent of a hot dog in your fucking pizza crust. This is like...
They're cashing in on nostalgia.
No, they are not.
They are.
They are taking a fucking piece of chicken, they're putting a hamburger in the middle of it, cheese, and another piece of chicken, and they're calling it a chicken meat burger. It's that whole, hey, this is a bad idea, but if we put this with it, it'll be a different bad idea.
It's funny because this is verbatim exactly what you said the first time.
I think so, because I have strong feelings about what Fall Out Boy's doing, and I have strong feelings about putting hot dogs in your fucking...
Only I was trapped in a car with you for like 5 hours or something.
It fires me up. It's wrong.
Oh my God.
It shouldn't happen.